Saturday headlines with Elliotte Friedman, and bless your heart, Elliotte, you've been on the phone here for the last 2 minutes. There's a lot going on tonight. We'll get to Tom Wilson was hurt in the game this evening, so that's significant news for Team Canada. But first, Austin Matthews hits .421. What's your thought about that? 300
games less than Matt Sundin, and just an elite goal scorer of his era. But, you know, you think about it, how much things have changed so quickly. 2 weeks ago, people are coming up with Austin Matthews trade proposals, and now we're sitting here, he's on fire, and Toronto's all-time goal scorer. Pretty amazing stuff.
There was a Hockey Night in Brampton charity event this summer. Chris Tanev captained one team and Austin the other. They were fantastic. And then we did a thing for Mark Curtin at Scotiabank Arena. And Darryl Sittler sat in Austin's stall. That's the one he chose to sit in to talk about Mark. So fabulous achievement. Tom Wilson, what happened here?
Yeah, so Tom Wilson was injured tonight, and it was kind of a physical play by Connor Murphy of the Chicago Blackhawks. And normally Wilson's the one giving these as opposed to receiving them. They have said he is questionable to return, and there doesn't seem to be a huge amount of concern right now, but it is noticeable that anybody who's on one of these Olympic rosters, Bo Horvat got hurt the other night, and immediately there was concern about Horvat, although he avoided the worst case scenario. The other one that happened actually last night at the outdoor game with Seth Jones, there was no formal update today from the Florida Panthers, but it doesn't sound like anybody's concerned here. That's going to be long term. Now, there was a lot of emotion this week. You know, the likes of Mark Scheifele, Jason Robertson spoke today. You could see his disappointment. Sam Bennett. The one thing I can tell you at this point in time is that no player has gone to either Team Canada or USA Hockey and said, look, I want out of the protocol. I do not want to be considered as a potential injury replacement. So as it stands here on Saturday night, every player who was in the protocol or was on the team's long list who could be considered as an injury replacement is still eligible. Nobody has come out and said, take me off or I don't want to continue to go through the testing. So don't jump to any conclusions.
Kudos to you and Kyle on the podcast, too. There's a lot of in-depth talk about how they will referee these games and replacements and the possibility of injuries. Let's get to the meetings in Minnesota. Because the World Juniors are taking place in St. Paul, everybody's together, and maybe Vancouver first.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of talk going on. I don't know how much action there's going to be, but there's going to be a lot of talk. Last night, the Vancouver Canucks announced that they had re-signed Linus Karlsson to a 2-year deal. The big name everybody in Vancouver is kind of talking about right now is Kiefer Sherwood, unrestricted free agent, having a career year. And the Canucks did make a new offer to Sherwood this week. I still think there's a sizable gap here. I don't have a timeline for when anything's going to occur in terms of a trade or anything like that, but both sides did talk this week. I still think, however, there's a gap in where Sherwood would like to be and what the Canucks are willing to do. So let's see where it takes us. Secondly, for the second time in 3 games today, the Edmonton Oilers made Andrew Mangiapane a healthy scratch. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes here. I do think there's interest in the player. I heard there were some teams maybe a little concerned about the second year, although other people say they don't think that's going to be a big deal. He's under contract for this year and next. I heard Anaheim was one of the teams kind of poking around at it. We'll see where that goes, but either, you know, Edmonton's going to have to do one of two things. Either they're going to move on from him or they'll play him and see if they can get him on a good roll. They did try the other night, but Mangiapane sits again today, and they're definitely looking. I do think eventually, though, they are going to be able to find a trade partner for him. And the other one I'm kind of looking about right now, and we're watching them play here on Saturday night, are the Jets. And the Jets fell to 32nd in the league this week. You know, they've had all sorts of trouble scoring. They had the big lead in Toronto, and they couldn't hold on. That was a really tough loss. But there's no question in my mind right now the Jets are out there looking for goals. What can they do to try to find goals and help their scoring situation? You know, Ron, it's kind of funny. 2 teams we have in our games tonight, Calgary and Nashville, they've been kind of some of the more popular teams that people have talked to about some of their players, but I don't get the sense anything imminent with their guys right now.
You and I both talked to Patrick Morris today, and it was about Bo Horvat, but he brought up a name, Patrick Chiasson, who's a youngster who played hockey with John Tavares with the Oakville Rangers program, now living in Ottawa with his wife, Devin, and their 2 beautiful daughters. So Patrick was playing in a charity game recently, and there was an incident, and it caused a spinal cord injury for him. So we have this GoFundMe page. Obviously, Patrick, we're all thinking about you and Devin and the girls. In Ottawa, you have folks such as Doug Smith and Darryl Rock and Eric Boyd have set the standard for care on spinal cord injuries. So you're in great hands. We will do our best for you, and all our love to you as you find the comeback. Our coverage continues on Hockey Night in Canada in a moment.